Had to quick whip myself together to get home and get started with this because we've got some very dangerous storms approaching today. In you know, pretty similar fashion to Monday night, we are playing this game again where Lafayette has had confirmed 69-mile-an-hour wind gust at the Acadian airport. These storms are warned for 90-mile-an-hour winds. They've dropped it to 80 now, but it was warned for 90 just like a little bit ago. These are very dangerous storms. And while that's going on, we have another line of storms going through Baton Rouge, which I'm actually interested to see if they're actually severe. A bit surprised that this has continued. Because overall, this line isn't really that well put together up here, but it's still holding its own. This, however, this looks awful. And it is on a beeline straight for the river parishes. Gonna go south of Baton Rouge, right to New Orleans if it holds together. And we'll see if it does. But that is a bad collision course that we are on currently. Already hearing lightning here. We're getting some precip before the line. Some pretty good lightning outside. I need to get I kind of rushed and got this stream started, so I need to still do some things. Like I need to open this. Excuse me. This is my camera in the backyard. Is there really a spider web over it? Really? Of course. Well, the wind will knock it off eventually, but what's the look outside right now? Yeah, these storms look powerful. Getting some 90-mile-an-hour readings. Granted, we are high up, and we're scanning at 5,000 feet above the ground. But still, I'm going to do my strategy again. And we're going to pull up some tower cams again. What was it? What website did I use? Okay, I found the website. Alright, alright, alright. So I need to go back, bring you guys over here. We're going to play this game again. Here's I-10 at Essen. No sound on these. It's a little too far west. I think like this shows pretty well. I don't think it's been hit yet. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. Not quite sure. I think we're looking west. Now I can see some amazing lightning on my window. I'm actually going to put my window up real quick. Or put the, what's it called? I don't know. The shades. So I can look out my window and watch this coming. So this is going to turn into a very dangerous situation pretty quickly. New severe thunderstorm warning. 80-mile-an-hour winds again. This warning actually includes Baton Rouge, so they're not avoiding it. Oh god, okay. So unfortunately it would appear as if we are not avoiding anything on this one. Tornado watch is in place. It has been in place. Been in place since about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. None of the probabilities were really high on this, but we are already satisfying the watch criteria. Man, oh man. Alright. Another warning up here. 60. So, a lot going on. So in Baton Rouge, you're getting two consecutive lines here, which is honestly pretty insane. You're getting this first line, which recorded a 60 mile an hour wind gust, 62 mile an hour wind gust at New Roads, which is just northwest of Baton Rouge. And now you're getting the second line, which is stronger. It's pretty rare to have two back to back like that. This first line will stay on the North Shore. This line may catch it eventually, and it looks like it's getting pretty close to doing so. But they actually seem to be moving at the same speed. Got a lot of warnings active right now. And I imagine as we get closer, it's only going to get worse. Very strong winds. Pay attention to where this bow is going. Put this on the loop. You can see moving about like that, and it's going to keep going that way. Now it should weaken eventually, but the big question is, when does that happen? Because, it could weaken any time. The environment is pretty good up until you get past Louisiana, but as we saw with the Monday event, things weakened pretty quickly once we got over here. What app is this? Well, this is a $70 radar program called GR2 Analyst, but it doesn't. I had gotten a code from somebody, so I didn't have to pay for that, but I would definitely not recommend buying this. But, that's beside the point. I'm going to go back to a tower cam. Let's see. Where's the radar at? Or where's the line at? We're going to look at this first line for now. Something near Denham Springs looks good. Come over here. It's a blurry camera. So fun. I mean, I like this shot, but once again, blurry as can be. Blurry, blurry. Okay. Well, blurry again. What would you recommend? I mean, honestly, like your main app, like your weather app's radar, like the Weather Channel. But mostly, I would recommend if you're using a free radar to use like the local news station. Like we have Fox 8 in New Orleans. Fox 8's a really good weather app. And Fox 8 you can actually use for anything. You don't have to be in Southeast Louisiana to use that. But Fox 8's weather app is definitely a good place for radar. Although I do caution ever using the future radar feature on any and every radar app that exists, because they are often very false. They use some really stupid methods and they're almost always wrong. Man, oh man. I need to slow down my talking for a little bit. There's some awesome lightning outside. Goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. I don't think it's hit. Has it hit this yet? I feel like it should have, but it hasn't. Huh. No, I guess not. But, my interest is down here. Because this part of the line looks interesting. And then obviously, the biggest interest is right here. Reissued a warning here for 70. This is going to be a long next couple of hours. Just put it that way. Okay, so the tornado warning has been axed. Trying to tell the direction of where this is going. Because it looks like it's going more east northeast now and going up this way. But it's being pretty deceiving. It definitely was going this way at first, and now it looks like it's rising back a little north. You can see that here too. You see the push of wind. And then that push of wind is somewhat subsiding. Then at the same time, not really. Bayou Sorrel is getting destroyed right now. Not much in that region. You're over the Atchafalaya right now with this line. Look at that. See the nice corkscrew feature. It's a good sign that this line is well organized and that it's not going to die anytime soon. Just trying to look for little things right now. Little things that would signal trouble. But as of right now, it's the same sort of game that we were playing Monday night. There will once again be a flood threat with this. I should mention that as well, because especially up here, there's a lot of flash flood warnings in the first place. But especially up here, because you've got one line that just came in, you got the second coming behind. That's a lot of rain in a short amount of time. Just switching radars again. The worst part of the line currently is from Plaquemine down to Pierre Part, almost just north of Morgan City. It's this part of the line right here. That is pushing eastward. They're moving pretty fast also. Moving at, let's say, 60 miles an hour. I would think it's faster than that. But the environment's there, that's for sure. I also a little worried about these storms behind. Because I'm wondering if, you know, when the line backs out, we'll see what these do. Because the worry would be if these start being able to move northward, then we're going to start seeing a lot more flooding issues. You can can see here we had a gust, a couple wind gusts. This one 59 miles an hour in Crowley. In Lafayette proper, 69-mile-an-hour wind gust. Down here toward New Iberia, 67 miles an hour. That's moving eastward. The lightning is crazy. The lightning is awesome right now. I'm I'm definitely biased saying that, but it looks awesome. We're starting to get in range of the terminal. You can see that push of wind. This radar in Norco is going to become very helpful. Helpful? Helpful. No, helpful. We're going to stay watching this because this will give us a really good idea of the kind of winds that we're going to see. The terminal looks a lot closer to the ground. I should also note the winds out ahead of this are pounding into this part of the line. Once again, the only severe weather threat in the entire U.S. is right where we are. Switch back. Starting to kind of see those winds strengthen again, or is that just one scan? Is that a one scan thing? I mean, they're coming down a little bit. Also, yeah, we are about to see both of these lines meet up. See what happens when that, because that'll probably be interesting. Good looking line. I'm gonna go back to the tower cameras. Although, I keep doing that without actually remembering where I want to go. I think I'm gonna go to Denham Springs and just see, like, what's going on there. Yeah, here you go. So this is in the thick of it. See what the other one looks like. See, pretty similar idea. Just an absolute ton of pounding wind. Okay, so they did just update the severe thunderstorm warning. They have downed they have downed this part to 70, which is kind of expected as these things are they're losing it's losing a little bit of steam. But we'll see if that's a fluctuation or if it remains that way. Haven't seen too many damage reports come out of this thing yet, but I'm sure those will pile in a bit. You know, it takes a little time to get reports of trees and whatnot, houses damaged, whatever. But I've yet to see that, and I'm a little surprised by that. And I mean, even the line of storms up north is not weak. Definitely not weak. Wish I had some sound for this. I would like to hear it, but I cannot. Fun. Okay. Very dangerous storms approaching. Look at that. This is a pretty textbook signature that has developed on this line. And I mean it's pretty, but it's also gonna lead to a bad time. But like I've shown, you've got the line and you've got precip wrapping around back into a little low pressure system behind the line on the north side of the line. And that signature is notorious for the really bad lines of storms. Now I should note the reason we might have seen the wind drop is because the angle of the wind is changing. What that means is the radar is here in Hammond. You've got radar shows winds moving towards and away from the radar. Now, if the winds are at a perpendicular angle, like if we're in Hammond, as you can see, the winds are out of the east, moving to the west. You've got greens over here moving toward the radar, reds moving away from the radar. If you have winds that are blowing, like if winds are blowing north to south on the left side or the right side, like if they're moving perpendicular to the beam, they won't show up as anything. So these winds are moving more southeast. They're kind of moving away from the radar. So you're not going to see that very good, which is a reason why I'm very concerned by what the terminal shows. Because that right there, that is 90-mile-an-hour winds, 2,500 feet off the ground. And that's the feature I'm looking at. And I also don't really like how this is starting to look. Because you've got potential circulations that are starting to develop on the line as well. There is a bug that is just constantly on my screen, flying around. But also the storm up here, we've got 80-mile-an-hour winds up here. Doesn't look very good. Gust of 52 at the airport in Baton Rouge. Looks very fun and lovely for everyone. Yeah, it looks great. Looks so great, in fact. But yeah, I'm definitely watching out for both of these. Look pretty strong. Wish we had a camera in here, but there's no radar. Not radar. There's no interstate in that area. Getting close to the time where this is about to cross the river, so soon we're going to get a new severe thunderstorm warning out for St. James, St. John, Lafourche. That's the next places up. Thought for a second maybe this line would start weakening, but after switching radars, I now don't believe that's really the case. We're going to go back to Hammond for a second. Just kind of get every angle possible of this. I'm going to turn this back on. Also wonder if there's some hail at the front end of this line. Because there might be a little hail in this as well. The warnings do say penny-sized hail, which is 3/4 inch hail in diameter. But we have entered Ascension Parish. This looks like almost looks like a developing circulation right here. Should get a radar update. Would really like a radar update, please. Man, I should come back up here because this is, I mean, this is the textbook like supercell about to produce tornado signature. Because typically you have the inflow on this side, you got the downdraft winds on the backside. When you have a signature like this, typically it'll rotate around and turn into a tornado. But I don't know if that's going to happen here. There is still some amazing lightning going on outside. But either way, these are very powerful winds that are about to rock Hammond all the way up I-55 as well. The main part of the line is still back here. Radar refuses to update. Why do you refuse? There we go. This really almost looks like a tornado right here as well. Nothing I can see though. Very, very Very much don't like the look. The next 3 minutes, we should get another severe thunderstorm warning out. Oh, well, never mind. We should get it now. So we're warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds now. So they are slowly lowering it. I don't really agree with the drop to 60, but I don't know if they're using this radar, because if we look at the terminal like I've been showing, I mean, I don't know. I don't really like dropping that. I mean, this, oh wow. Uh-oh. Isolated spot right here that is starting to really increase the winds. And I should, like I said, this up here also looks pretty bad. We're going to do severe thunderstorm warning up here in a second as well. They might up that one a little bit. But so this, the line, I can point out, notice how this part of the line right here begins to move faster than the surrounding parts. That's a pretty significant, that's a pretty good indication of a significant wind event. The winds in this area have started to grow a lot stronger than the winds up here. So you've got an isolated spot where you've got very strong winds. Definitely what it looks like. Because this spot right here, suddenly the radar indicates about 80 to 90 mile an hour winds right above the surface. And over here you've still got pretty strong winds on the backside of that. So overall we're pretty much right on expectations right now. If anyone has any questions, just make sure to drop them in the chat. Or my Snapchat, whichever one. Alright. When's the Fortnite Cash Cup stream? Never, because Fortnite's awful. Alright. New warning was issued up north. They didn't up it. I'm a little surprised by that. These winds look very strong up here. Another isolated spot down here starting to get high winds. This whole little part right there is looking a little better. As the lightning begins to look insane still. Or continues to look insane, not begin. Okay, I'm gonna go... We're gonna look at another tower cam over here, because why not? Give me something near between Livingston and Albany. There is nothing. Woohoo. Okay, we're just gonna go over here then. See, the wind's rolling pretty good. Lots of lightning as you'd expect. What the hell? Okay. Man, oh man, this is starting to wrap up. This is starting to look a lot more like a possible tornado right here. This too. So we've got two particular signatures right on the front end of the line. Approaching the river, approaching Convent, Bashri, Lutcher. The north one is at least. The south one will be closer to Jack Bay, Kramer down there. Up there, the winds still look pretty strong. But this looks. I'm gonna keep switching radars here. And from here, they don't really look like tornado signatures, but it is just strong winds. But either way, it doesn't really matter. Because either way, you're getting strong winds. If it spins a little bit, it's kind of just, it's kind of just a label. This is starting to look, wow. That might develop a strong tornado in a second. I need to watch that closely. Because that looks really close to doing that. Man, oh, look at that hook. So you're starting to get the hook on the front side. Special marine warning. This looks a lot more menacing on the terminal than it does here. Man, oh man. Okay, so we do have 1-inch tree limbs broken, shingles blown off. Okay, we are starting to get a few wind reports. Same thing. Interesting. It's still Baton Rouge. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, now they really are starting to look like tornadoes. Not really there. But I'm looking at this radar on my phone. I'm just kind of going back and forth between these real quick. And the reds and greens next to each other typically is the sign of the tornado. We're starting to get them closer together over here, and that's kind of what I'm looking at. Very strong wind push right here. Ooh, I don't like that. It's a little hook jutting out. Sounds outside are scary, like bombs going off. Is there lightning close, I'm guessing? This is interesting, to say the least. I want to get into a spot where I can use a camera again. I might use this. I might take the Highway 61 and I-10 split again. So I used this one last time, and it did pretty good for me. So, I mean, this is looking west. Yeah. I want one that kind of looks south a little bit. Is that possible? Like southwest? I don't think that would happen. This one's looking east. Probably one looking every direction down the roads. Man. I want to point out this lightning real quick because my goodness. Alright, I won't lie. The lightning's a little ridiculous. That is, I mean, two or three lightning strikes a second, basically. And Marcy, I'm guessing that's what you're hearing, probably. Because, I mean, this is not far from you. This is like 10 miles away from you. You're probably dealing with similar stuff. Man, oh man. All the different I mean, it's all different colors, too. That's a. Wait. Okay, stay with me now. Got a. This looks like a tornado for sure. So, just north of Welcome, that is a pretty telltale sign. Now it's just on the other side of the river. That looks like a tornado for sure. It's a pretty. It's the strongest tornado signature I've seen. Doesn't look like any debris yet, but we'll see. See that signature kind of develop really quickly off of one of those. That looks like a tornado. They did just okay. So tornado warning has just been issued here. Um, this looks like a pretty likely like a tornado. Oh God, pretty likely tornado. My spot that I was looking at actually is under that. So we're gonna go back to that real quick. You can see the lightning. I mean, man. But this is a pretty short fuse tornado warning because this is probably gonna it'll probably die within the next scan. I mean, these things tend to spin up quick. Now, what I'm interested by is if we'll see debris on radar next scan. I'm not willing to call that debris. But that's why I was really concerned, and that thing is kind of parked. That's a new scan. No, it didn't park. So it's slingshot itself southeast. Interesting. I don't know whether to call it. I'm not going to call that debris, but that is could definitely be a tornado on the ground. In Mandeville, hoping that northern area doesn't spin up. Yeah, I agree with you because look at it now. This thing is completely wrapped around. I cannot believe that isn't producing a tornado. Man. But I'm going to stick down here. So this is Welcome, Romeville, just north of Convent. It's going pretty much over Romeville now. My mom's work is in this area somewhere. I sure hope it didn't get hit. Okay, that is a tornado right over Romeville. So this is confirmed. This is the debris signature. Right here, this blue, that is a tornado on the ground currently, right over Romeville. I'll be right back. So this is a likely tornado right over Romeville. Um, this is what I didn't want to happen. So this tornado has also started slingshotting to the southeast. Very weird evolution. It started going north, suddenly started going east, and now it's going to go out of the warning box completely. So, okay. Uh-oh. Confirmed tornado. Radar confirmed. Marcy, get in your safe place now. This is a dangerous situation. So this is a confirmed tornado. This is moving straight for Lutcher. Okay, so this is a pretty dangerous situation now. From what I can tell, yeah, it's definitely still on the ground. It looks stronger even. That thing is moving fast. Oh, it's gonna come right at you. Okay. Marcy, I really need you to listen to me. Get into an interior part of your house, away from windows, preferably a bathroom. If I'm trying to remember the layout of your house, I would probably, probably go to the bathroom by Brady's room, maybe? I think, is that the most interior part of your house? In my hallway. That works too. Yeah, your hallway is pretty good. So this is a confirmed tornado. This is your spot right here. This blue, that is debris being picked up. This is a pretty long track tornado. And it is moving east southeast. If we keep it going, it's going to go pretty much right over Lutcher Gramercy. It's going to be pretty close to you, Marcy. Man. Oh, wow. Looking south as well. This area might spin up eventually. Pay very close attention because this is going to get bad soon. Need to check. Let's see. Reserve. Okay. Momo and Papa are just out of it. Oh, oh, oh. So the entire line has decided to go completely ballistic. And this looks very strong now. So this is the tornado. Doesn't really look like it wants to weaken. But this entire line is starting to really, really increase the winds. And by Vacherie here, you've got another area that's starting to come up. And now these winds have jumped considerably. So if you're in St. Charles Parish now, if you're in St. John, St. Charles, St. James, the river parishes, this is going to get pretty bad here. Tornado looks to still be on the ground. This isn't weak. Okay. It does look like it's kind of falling out now. This storm is about 3 miles from you, Marcy. The tornado, the possible tornado. It does look like it's starting to weaken a little bit. There is still a little bit of debris, but it does look... It's a weaker signature. Now, I am paying very close attention. Stay in your safe place, don't get me wrong. Paying very close attention down here in the fact that this whole thing looks like it's spinning up now. No one chases out here? No, they do not. What is happening? Rain is terrible. Is there a... I need to see. Hold on. I know I'm a little too inversed in these tower cameras, but okay, we don't have anything over there anyway. Man, that got me on my freaking high horse. So, we might have a bigger problem because this looks like it's spinning up quick. Right behind it. Okay, so it definitely looks like the debris. I don't see much anymore. Just stay put for a little longer because the wind is gonna probably start. It's gonna start to increase. Wind is nuts. I would imagine that. Uh, the winds appear to be ahead of the tornado. The tornado, what's left of it, I guess, because it doesn't look. Yeah, I'm not seeing much anymore. Just stick with me now. I mean, this still. Wow. Oh my. Oh. Okay. So. All right. I don't know what this is, but this right here that developed behind the tornado. This is a very, very strong push of wind that just developed. Up to 90. Down here near Vacherie, same thing. This entire line is beginning to look pretty bad. Give me a second here. I understand that you're a little, but we can stay calm at least. Gotta stay calm with these things. Okay, tornado does seem pretty much gone, but, and I'm a very big but, do not leave your safe place because there's something here that is trying to develop pretty quickly. A little kink in the line that has some pretty good rotation on it as well, that is coming right down the same path as the last one. And now, oh, I'm hoping I don't have to take shelter myself because whatever this is starting to look ridiculous also. So if I lose my power, I'm just going to put this out there now. I'm about to get clobbered by this. So if I lose power, obviously you're going to know. But I will try and update my Snapchat for those who have me there. If not, then, well, just kind of out of luck. This is... They haven't updated this. Oh my god. Okay. They need to issue a warning now. This is bad. These are 90 to 100 mile an hour winds just east of Vacherie that are crashing their way eastward. This needs warning badly. There's something bad in Hammond. I don't want to leave you guys, unwarned in Hammond because Hammond is also getting clobbered by a different part of this line. There's a lot of wind with this. See some 60 to 70 mile an hour winds that are battering Hammond right now. And I don't mean to leave you guys, uninformed, but kind of got bigger fish to fry already. They really need to issue a warning out in St. Charles right now. It should be out already. I don't know what's taking so long. Please issue a warning. Goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. I'm going to recommend the safe place even though I don't think there's a tornado anymore. I'm going to recommend the safe place because, okay, they did just issue the warning. I'm going to recommend the safe place because these are still very strong winds that are going to be 80 to 90 miles an hour. I just got the notification that they warned this again, that they continued the warning. They issued another one. I'm waiting for it to pop up here so I can give you the information. But I'm starting to freak out a little bit, I won't lie. Man, very, very, very strong winds down here. Okay, huge warning box. 70 mile an hour winds. So they have upped it. That was a close lightning bolt. I don't know if you can hear that. I can see the lightning out my window. It's going nuts. You can see the flashes. This camera is looking away from the storms. It's looking southeast. But you can see the flashes over and over again. That's what we saw on the tower cam earlier. Now this just looks like a bad situation waiting to happen. I'm going to keep my stream up as long as I can. But I don't know if it's going to survive this. Somehow you still have power. Well, that's good to hear. I'll say I'm a little surprised by that as well. I'm just gonna say there's a signature in here that looks, oh, this right here looks like a tornado. I've been noticing that the entire time, and I don't like the direction it's moving. I will say that. They did update this. They're continuing the tornado warning. It's not confirmed anymore, but there is still a lot of, you know, still radar indicated rotation. Excuse me. Don't see any debris. But even with there not being debris, you've got really, really strong straight line winds. Now, Lutcher, you're on the back side of it. You don't have that much to go. All I know is I'm about to get pounded. Frantically flipping back. Okay, so I'm right here. This is going to hit me very shortly. Man, oh man. Whew. I think I'm going to go outside. That sounds like a better idea. Just outside. Saw 3 power flashes, 3 transformers exploding off to the southeast, which is across the river. Pretty sure I got one on video. Oh, that's a tornado. Oh my god, that is a tornado. There's a tornado right there. Right across the river. Holy, I'm going. I'm gonna turn the. I should have turned the camera on. Jesus. We're getting rocked by this. This is probably a tornado right here. About a mile. If you're in Norco, man, I would hate to be. Actually, it's gonna go right to the spillway again. I think Norco might get hit by that though. Oh my. Tornado warning was just issued. Tornado warning was just issued. This looks pretty on the ground. By looking. Oh my. So this camera's looking southeast. I'm in a tornado warning now. I just issued one right here. I just got the warning on my phone. I'm here, guys. I'm here, guys. There's the tornado warning. Now it does look like this is going to move into the lake, but this is a tornado warning. Man, oh man. So we have what could be a tornado. Just give me a second to catch my breath. Right next to this radar. It's crossing into the spillway now. The sirens are going off in St. Charles Parish as they should be. Holy. This is what we feared. Now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. How about that? We'll just leave it at I'm not sure. See a whole lot going on. This right here, I am fairly certain that this was a tornado. Right there. Crossing Taft into the river. Right here at the plant. Fairly certain of that. Cross the river didn't last very long, and if it exists, it was right in the middle of the spillway. And now it is crossing Highway 61, Airline Highway. And it is going northeast into the lake, which hopefully it stays over there and doesn't come back. Because holy hell. It looks like there's another tornado trying to form there. Yeah, wow. So this line has gone completely haywire and is now trying to throw tornadoes everywhere. Somewhat amazingly, I still have power. And honestly, the wind hasn't even been that bad. But I will note that there's definitely wind coming behind on the backside of this thing. Oh my. I'm going to switch back to Hammond radar for a second. And we're going to see. By the way, I am under this tornado warning. But I am pretty confident that even though this tornado is just 2 miles away from me, that it is going to pass safely away from me. So I'm going to stick with y'all. I want to see. So right here, was there any debris? I do not think so. It doesn't look like there was. Yeah, I don't think there was. Flash flood warning was just issued. Should point that out also. But so this is no confirmed tornado, but radar made a pretty good indication that there was a tornado right on the other side of the river near Taft, right near the plants that came across into the spillway. Now, there is another tornado that has just formed. This looks on the ground. That is crossing I-10 as we speak. The radar is also getting hammered by wind. But this is likely a tornado that is on the ground currently. But it is over not much. The one that was, I'm going to keep going back. This was a likely tornado. Right over here. Right here. This was likely a tornado. Right near Taft, in between Taft and Kelowna. Strengthen a little bit, crossed the river, and then quickly after that, kind of lost strength. Now it looks pretty much like nothing at this point. I'm going to go back to my camera. There's not much, it's a lot of wind and rain. Which, I mean, I think you can expect. And as I say that, I don't know if you can hear, but the wind just went crazy. And I'm going to stick with my camera because that sounds ridiculous. Yeah, so the wind just decided Now it wants to pick up. Trying my best to stick with y'all. I do not want my power to go out. That's the last thing I want right now.